Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, we all have those moments where we can't stand a certain person. Well, today I've got a wild story about a time someone took a petty revenge to a whole new level. And it actually got an obnoxious passenger fired. Yup, you heard it right. But before we go judging, let me tell you how this all went down and why sometimes karma just has a funny way of catching up with people. So grab your popcorns because this story is something you don't want to miss out. This one is called I Got an Obnoxious Passenger Fired. What's that mean? What? Okay. This is a long one, but it was the best revenge story of my life so far. Okay. I'm a South African living in Japan, and I took my Japanese wife to meet my parents and have a honeymoon in South Africa. Wow, South Africa, very nice. Beautiful place. On the first three flights back to Japan was from Joburg to Qatar. I hope I said that right. Joburg. We take our seats and get settled in. I noticed that a lot of passengers around us were wearing the same t-shirt, some kind of pharmaceutical company. As soon as we settled in, I noticed that a woman and two men sat behind us, also employed at the same company. As soon as they got settled in, I noticed she, let's call her Brandy, was quite chatty, loud, and a bit obnoxious. But I am a nervous flyer, so at the time I was more worried about the takeoff than her. Understood. My mom is like that. My mom takes this Filipino thing, it's called white flour, and she smells it and she thinks that by smelling that she's gonna have a good flight and she'll just fall asleep. But it's literally just a scent. But to each his own. Maybe you should try that, Mr. OP. Anyways, so I put my earpods and whoosh, we take off for our 8-hour flight to Qatar. As soon as the seat belts were switched off, Brandy started ordering brandy and Coke for herself and her two coworkers. Brandy's drinking. You need that. You need that when you're maybe Brandy's a nervous flyer, you guys. We don't know. As each drink came, Brandy's voice got louder and more obnoxious. After drink number 6, the topic of her conversation turns to relationships. Oof. By this time, half the cabin could hear their conversation about how she disapproves of interracial relationship. Brandy, what the F? That's shut up. Even I could hear her through the guttural scream and face melting guitar riff of Meshuga, I don't even know what that is, blasting through my earphones. Then it happened. A nice woman sitting on 4 seats to her left quite loudly says, "Ma'am, could you please quiet down? You're a bit loud and I'm trying to sleep." I heard it too, so paused the song and took out my left AirPods for excitedly eardrops. Oh man, I'll be the same way. I'll be like, what now? Brandy was not happy. She says, "Excuse me, this isn't a nightmare flight. Haven't you heard of earplugs?" And then jumps straight back into her conversation. Oh, that's so rude. Oh, Brandy, I'm not gonna like you, am I? The tension in the air immediately changed. In that moment, all of the people who heard the interaction caught eyes with each other, and we all knew this flight was about to get interesting. About 20 minutes later, a flight attendant comes and politely asks Brandy to quiet down a bit. Oh, dang. She begrudgingly agrees, orders another round, and quiets down. But it only takes Brandy about 30 minutes to get all the way back up to a volume louder than the jet engine roaring outside the window. Oh, Brandy's loud, 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 loud. Oh, if it's an 8-hour flight and I'm trying to sleep, I would not be happy. No, 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 no. Then another Chinese woman from the other side of the cabin gets up and walks to where Brandy is sitting. In her best attempt at English says, please be quiet. My child keeps waking up because of you. Dude, she's waking up kids. Oh no. Brandy looks up and boop, you not. As this Chinese woman in a very mispronounced Chinese, can you speak Chinese? Question mark. I'm fluent in Chinese, so I could understand what she was trying to say, and just kept repeating it until the frustrated Chinese woman went back to her seat. Oh, Brandy's an ass. She's an asshole. In a plane for 8 hours. Oh, I would throw something at her. Oh my gosh. No, if I was on this plane, I would throw something at her. Probably accidentally throw a drink at her. I don't care. Shut your trap. I'm a good person, I swear. By this time, both flight attendants for our cabin very much aware of Brandy's sassy nature and decided to close the bar for the whole cabin, which pissed me off because I was hoping to enjoy a few more whiskey before we landed. Oh, she ruined it for everybody. A few minutes later, I hear sound of shuffling, then plastic, then the faint sound of what sounds like a cap of glass bottle being cracked open. Then the sound of liquid being poured into a cup. Yup. Brandy opened her bottle of duty-free brandy she bought at the airport. And once again, their conversation began to crescendo. Oh, Brandy. Damn, this girl. Wait, aren't you on a work trip? Why are you drinking so much? What? Okay. Now, the whole time I had been spectating the Brandy situation, I wasn't really paying attention to my wife, who I assumed was sleeping next to me. I then saw my wife pull one of her earpods out, turns to try and get a look at Brandy through the crack in the seat, and then turns to look at me with with a face I rarely see my wife makes. I It was a face of pure rage and frustration. I snapped. Now, usually I'm not the kind of person who likes to cause a scene, but I decided that I'm going to let this a-hole of a woman ruin my wife's flight. Oh, what did you do? So, like a crazy person, I stood up and announced loud enough that the entire cabin turned to hear me. Excuse me, everyone. Can I please have all your attention? By show of hands, who of you would like this woman to shut the up? About 30 passengers all around us raised their hands. I then turned to Brandy and just point and say, "Look, understand? Shut up!" My guy, this is my guy right here. Oh man, I wish I was there. I would have clapped. I was like, my hero. I don't even know who you are, but you're my hero. Oh man. Oh man, that's good. I sat back down to the sound of applause from all the passengers that were raising their hands. My wife was shocked that I did that, but I told her that I did it because I could see that Brandy was beginning to bother you too. She gave me a hug, and the flight attendant saw what I did, brought brought me a cup of Coke, but slipped me two of those little bottles of whiskey. He's everybody's hero now. Yeah, he's everyone's hero. My guy. My guy. Thankfully, Brandy and the gang then passed out and were quiet for the rest of the flight, so my wife and I could relax. But Brandy wasn't finished, and now she just had a new target: me. On our descent, Brandy awakes and decides that she wants to play some cards on the entertainment screen attached to the back of my seat, trying her best to hit the buttons hard enough to make my seat move. Oh, hell no. Oh no. Oh no. That's not gonna work for me. We're gonna be fighting in this plane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I teach kids for a living, so I know that she is behaving like an angry toddler trying to get a rise out of me. So I ignored her. Oh man, you're a better person than me. You you are a whole lot better than me cuz we land. The plane taxis off the runway and everyone starts getting out of the plane. As soon as I get up and sees my wife she starts repeatedly insulting me about my weight and how I married an Asian woman because I can't get a real South African woman, blah, blah, blah. You do not say that to anyone, Brandy. All right, you're probably a single woman with no one to love you because you are annoying. Nobody wants to sit with you next to a plane. No man will sleep next to you at home because you are annoying. I bet you she's single. She's a hater, bro. Hater. I just smile and nod my head at everything she was saying and exit the plane. Oh man, you're so good because I would not. I would just punch. No, no, no. I'm a good person. Finally, Brandy and her coworker walk off, and my wife and I find a nice cafe to have coffee and chill and stretch for a bit before we make our way to the next boarding gate for our second flight to Malaysia. Oh, Malaysia's so nice. We eventually get to the gate, and lo and behold, guess who's also flying to Malaysia? That's right. It's Brandy. Oh no, not another couple of hours with this one. Standing by the gate window, taking selfies and doesn't notice me. I find an empty seat. Next, a guy wearing the same pharmaceutical company t shirt and says, "Excuse me, sir. That woman over there with blonde hair taking selfie. What's her name?" He asked me why, and I say that she looks like someone I used to go to high school with, but I wasn't sure and didn't want to make an ass of myself asking her directly. He tells me, and I say, "Oh, then it's not her, sorry." Oh, we got the real name. We got the real name of Brandy. I thank him and for the remainder of the wait at the gate, I logged into the airport Wi-Fi, found their company Facebook page and website, and sent a detailed recount of Brandy's behavior, being sure to include all of the colorful things she was talking about with her coworkers.
Damn!
The next two flights back to Japan were uneventful and got home safe and sound. 2 weeks later, I got a reply from the CEO asking me for my number as he would like to talk to me about what happened. He calls me and profusely apologized for what Brandy put us through. Oh my gosh, the CEO called you. Oh my gosh. Turns out that by the time Brandy landed in Malaysia, the CEO had seen my message, change her return flight back to South Africa for the very next day, and fire her at arrival in JHB airport when she got back. She got fired. I got a bottle of brandy and coke on my way home from work that day to celebrate with my lovely wife. That was a great story. That was some great revenge. She got fired. I mean, that is great revenge, but I slightly feel bad for Brandy losing her job. I mean, a warning, I could understand she got in trouble, she got suspended. I would be okay with that. But losing your job, how bad were you and how detailed was this message to the CEO that you got fired? Oh, but maybe then again, the CEO is probably like, I don't want people that was in that plane to think that that's how I rep all my employees in this company. And he was trying to set something. He was trying to prove a point to everyone. If we're going on a company flight, you better act your freaking best wearing our company t-shirt. Your name, you're wearing my name. You are representing this company and you're making my company look bad. I mean, I do understand. I get it. I get it. So, Brandy, in the future, I just got something to tell you. Be freaking respectful when you're in a freaking 6-hour flight, man. Anybody, it doesn't have to be Brandy. That goes to anyone. If you're on a 6-hour flight and you're drinking, make sure to lower your freaking volume because people are freaking sleeping, all right? That's just courtesy. It's airport courtesy 101. Don't be so loud, all right? How loud can you be that everyone hears you? Dude, when I'm in the plane, I can barely I can barely hear anything because like going up, I feel like my ear pops and then like I can't hear anything. That's why I wear my headphones all the time. I can't hear people at all. Like I'm in a small flight and I don't hear anyone in my plane. If everyone in the cabin can hear you, were you freaking screaming? How bad were you? Oh my gosh, imagine the people next to her. I would have slapped her. I would have slapped her to sleep. Make sure she's asleep for that whole 6 hours. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, they posted the thing. They posted the thing where he messaged on wait. They got the messages from the pharmacist. No fucking way. No way. Because a lot of people were saying that this post was fake. So he posted the message from the pharmaceutical place. Hello, I was on the flight to Johannesburg to Dona. A few of the employees were seated behind me. Brandy was a thin, he spelled African wrong, with short blonde hair and two dark haired guys. These employees proceeded to get as drunk as they could and talk as loudly as they could throughout the first 4 hours of the flight. They were asked by 3 passengers and 2 flight attendants to quiet down. They refused. I then took it upon myself to shut them up by asking the passengers around them to raise their hands if they thought they should shut up. About 20 people raised their hands. The female hostile employee then began to barrage of disgusting racism insults towards me and my Japanese wife. The behavior of your employee was, I don't know what that, and completely inconsiderate. Hi, Opie. I am sorry that I am only responding to your message now, as I totally missed it due to traveling in January. I traveled earlier than the group and was not on the flight you mentioned. Please, would you be so kind to send me your number so I can contact you and tell you what subsequent transpired. Thanks, Archin. I actually live in Japan, so calling with a phone number might be difficult and expensive. Hi, Opie. It is really no problem. I'm able to make international calls from my office. I would like to give you a feedback if you are open to it. Thank you for the reply. Okay, I'm currently unable to, but I can talk tomorrow around 12 p.m. SA time. And then he gave it his number. Actually, I have time right now if you are. I just went on a break. Oh my gosh. This is top tier revenge. This is top tier revenge. Again, I don't know about getting fired, but this was some good revenge. Good job, OP, and good job for standing up to everyone and for your wife. I love that. I love that in a man. I think that's it for me today. But let me know what you think about this petty revenge. Tell me if you have any petty revenge that maybe I could read. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to hear more petty revenges, or am I the a-hole, or just me yapping, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like this amazing story, hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.